Hello beautiful people, it's Robyn Thomas here with Resemble Me by Robyn. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so as you can tell by the title, today we are going to be doing Peekaboo small mid-back knotless box braids. So basically what Peekaboo braids are, I named it this because these are for clients who want to try color but are kind of afraid of like the color being in the front, you know, kind of like the business in the front, the party in the back type deal. So some color to spice it up, but not too much to where it makes them, you know, a little uncomfortable for trying color for the first time. This particular client is not scared of color, but I do have a lot of clients who like to get the Peekaboo style because they want a little bit of color, but they also want to play it safe. So the color part of the Peekaboo style is in the back, because from the front you can't really see it until you can't see it until you like put it into a style, or if you like put all the hair from the back to the front, you'll kind of see the color more so on the bottom half of the hair. So if you are interested in how to achieve a Peekaboo look with box braids, you can also do it with twists, really with any style. Definitely stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing that is very important to remember when it comes to prepping your hair, you want to prep the colored hair last. Okay, a lot of people think about because the colored hair is going to be on the bottom, they think about going ahead and prepping that first, saying, okay, well, this is going to be at the bottom, so I'll prep this. The way that I prep my hair is on the tool, as you've seen. So the tool starts from the at the top. So the colored hair would be at the top, and then her hair color, or the darker color that she's choosing, is going to be at the bottom when I'm prepping it. So even if you lay down your hair for your knotless box braids, put your colored hair, put the hair color that's going to be in front, put that on the bottom first, and then you're going to put the colored hair, prep the colored hair out on top of that, as you seen in the clip just a couple of seconds ago. All right, so this part is sped up because I'm not showing you how to do knotless box braids. I'm really just trying to show you exactly how I do the Peekaboo method. All right, so you're going to start with how you normally insert box braids. So figuring out how much Peekaboo that you want. So sometimes people just want like a couple of rows in the back, like nothing too fancy. Most times clients just kind of let me do what I do. So me personally, I like to do, I know for instance, when I'm doing small mid-back box braids, I'm going to have about 11 to 12 or so rows, depending on how big the client's head is, you know, where we're doing the hair is. Okay, so let's say at most I'm going to have, and most of the times I have about 12 rows. So I know for the first 4, so before I even the first 4 rows are going to be in the back. I know that those are going to be colored, because looking straight ahead, when that hair hangs effortlessly, none of that hair comes to the front. Okay, none of those braids come to the front. So comfortably with a client moving their head to the right, to the left, if they're on interview meetings or work meetings or whatever the case may be, if they're just out in public taking pictures, they don't really have to worry about the hair showing if it's on the first 4 rows of the bottom. So whenever I part it, my first 4 rows that are parted are going to stop where the ear is, okay? So before I'm even able to start coming around to the front of the hair, I'm going to make sure that my first 4 rows are in the very back, so that those colored braids are nowhere near visible. So I'm going to come back to you once I have all 4 of those rows in, and then I'm not going to stop there with adding color, but I am going to show you how to continue to camouflage it from the front. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, so after my first 4 rows are completed, I am going to go ahead and do the part down the middle. I like to do this because it helps me to keep everything together, and it's really going to help keeping everything neat when it comes to installing the rest of the colored hair. Is going to make it much easier when it comes to installing the rest of the colored hair for the peekaboo look. So I'll go ahead and place a part all the way down the middle so that I can split the sections in half. And I'm going to be, this video was recorded last year, guys, so please forgive me if I say something and then you watch the video and then it's like, well, she said this, she was gonna do this. Well, I forgot. But I think I'm gonna do the things that I say. So I believe that I'm just going to work on this side since I split it in half, If I don't, I'll let you know when the video shows me if I did something different. But so what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and pre-part this half. So I put my products in, I parted my straight line, and then I'm just going to go in and continue creating my window parts. All right, now when I'm creating my window parts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay behind the ear. I'm going to make sure the color hair stays behind the ear. You see how the one that I've just combed out, it is behind the ear. The section to the right would effortlessly fall to the front. I'm trying to keep the colored hair in the back to create the peekaboo look. So I'm going to put that, make sure that that braid is still behind the ear, okay? So basically, I'm going to start making steps. So you're going to see as I continue to braid and part the hair that the braid that's right underneath to the right is going to go up to the left, kind of making a step up to the middle of the head. When your parts are neat and are window parts, I mean, it's going to come out so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, so everything to the left of that braid, I am going to continue to add the color. Okay, same thing goes on the other side. I'm not sure if I show the other side. Again, I did this video last year. So the same thing on the other side. When I pre-part those sections, I'm going to start. So I have 3 braids that I have not done. So the same thing is going to happen on the left side. I'm going to keep those 3 braids on the left side untouched, while the rest of the braids to the right, okay, I'm talking as if I'm on the left side, while the rest of the braids to the right of that braid, so the 4th braid on, okay, is going to be colored. All right, so it does look like that I am going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So depending on how you like to put your braids in, you can do something on one side and something on the, or you can install all of them on one side and figure out how much, you know, of the hair you want to continue to have colored, or you can keep going as I'm doing. So I'm going to let you guys continue watching, and I'll come back when I go to the next row. All right, so now that I have that row parted out and I have made all of my sections, I am going to do the exact same thing, right? So I'm going to start the braid right to the left. So the row right above the row I completed, I'm going to go up, then I'm going to go to the left because I'm on my right side, okay? I'm going to step over to the left. I'm creating steps, right? So what this is doing is continuously keeping that color in the back. None of these braids, when they fall effortlessly, when you take your bun out, when you unwrap your hair from the night before, whatever the case may be, when you shake your head and you pose for the picture, those colored braids are not going to be seen unless you place them in the front. That is what a peekaboo does, okay? You cannot see it from the front. Depending on how much color you put in the back, you can't see it from the back either, unless you open them or you see like the tips at the very, very bottom, which kind of gives like this frosted look. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh, you can just do so much when it comes to color and with braids. So anywho, I'm continuing to do that as I'm braiding, doing the same thing to the left side. So this time I'm leaving 4 braids out on the right side. Now that number could possibly change depending on the person's hairline in the front. Some people have thin areas. The way that people's hairlines are shaped are different. Sometimes it may not be more that you're keeping more parts, more sections out to braid for the darker colored hair. But what you do need to do is make sure that you are going one braid over. You're creating a staircase basically on both sides, and you're going to see exactly what I mean when I show you at the end. The staircase is going to be stepping up to the right, or going on the right side going up to the left, and then on the left side stepping up going to the right. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I hope I'm not confusing you. So depending on, again, how much color you want, you could have stopped at the first 4 rows if you wanted to. You could stop at row 5, row 6. It just depends on how much you want. This client is not afraid of any color. So we just kind of wanted the peekaboo look. You know what I'm saying? It's just something she wanted that was a little bit different. So that's what we decided to do. You can go up however many rows you want to. You can stop however soon you want to. I knew that whenever she took pictures from the front, I didn't want any of the colored hair showing. But in the back, I don't mind the color hair showing. And two, these are knotless box braids, which is something that you have to remember. Less hair is used with knotless box braids, at least it should be. So you're going to be able to see the parts, you're going to be able to see through it. So if you really don't want any like color shown at all until you put it up into a bun or you know, move your hair around and play with it, the less amount of rows that you want to have. So at most, I would say to do 4 rows to still get the effect, but to still keep it very, very hidden. Okay, so I just continued to go up as far as I wanted to for her braids, which satisfied me, and you're going to see the results right now. All right, so now that I have that completed, I'm going to go in and braid those sections that are already pre-parted for me. Then I'm going to go in, part the rest of the top of her hair and braid that down to complete the look. And here are the final results. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are new to my channel and this is the first video you're seeing, I hope that this was very helpful for you. Helpful enough for you to subscribe to my channel. If you have been here and you've come back, thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I hope that this video was informative. I hope that it like helps you spice up your box braids a little bit. Give me a thumbs up. Share this to somebody who may find this helpful for them. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave me a comment and let me know if you've done something like this or if you plan on doing something like this and how it came out. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Peace and blessings.